So you can no longer create any message and realistically expect people to hear it, let alone be persuaded by it. I think today your words have to be so concise and precise and so consistent that they're going to cut through any mental noise. And I think that's why we've got to really incorporate the principles of communication into messaging. And so I suppose through this process of mini videos, we're going to start looking at building that messaging piece, the matrix, step by step through 6 key elements. So number 1, I think it's really, we talk about identifying stakeholders, and this is really very holistic. Your stakeholders are not just your buyers. It's a much, much wider audience. At the end of the day, your company's reputation is going to extend far beyond your customer base. To do this, it's a relatively straightforward 2-step matrix process. You want to put value on the vertical axis and importance on the horizontal, because some of your stakeholders are going to be receiving value, others are going to be delivering it. Who's indispensable for your existence? Who merely contribute to your success? You want to think about all of these elements. And next to these categories, upper right, you want to drop in commercial. Lower left, you want to drop in organisational. Community and influencers, place upper left, and collaborators, lower left. Then you've got basically a laundry list, and this is going to enable you to identify all of the constituencies within each quadrant. Don't worry about prioritisation at this stage, just make sure you've got all of your stakeholders in there. Your goal should be to be extremely thorough. Identify key ones is the next topic, but this should be incredibly thorough and very holistic. So think about commercial, your current customers and your prospects. Organisational might be your potential recruits, it might be your board of directors, senior management team. Community and influencers, that could very much be your advocacy groups, it could be your opinion leaders, it could be analysts, it could be academia. It's all going to be different depending on your business. And collaborators, those secondary stakeholders who provide value. Volunteers, maybe your distribution chain, vendors, strategic alliances. And finally, identify your key stakeholders. Who are high power, high interest stakeholders to you? Who are low power, low interest? High power, low interest, and low power, high interest. Get them all into a grid so that you can finally define and move on to your next step, which will be to understand who the specific key stakeholders are to use within the development of your key messaging matrix.